I'm back at it again with another video of MentalMesha. I hope that everyone had a good New Year's, bringing in the new year of 2022. I hope y'all brought it in with some positivity, with some love, and even with some new goals. I know for me, one of my new goals that I decided to bring in the new year with is to post more videos. So I sat down with myself and I told myself, okay, Tamisha, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And I came up with an agreement that I feel like is good enough for me with my busy schedule and also good enough for y'all, so y'all can have some videos to watch. So stay tuned. Every month is going to be a video, okay? I'm not going to pick a certain date or a certain week or whatever. I'm just going to post a video every month, okay? So get ready for new videos. I hope you are, because I am. I'm excited because I even wrote all the different topics I want to talk about. So, speaking of topics, well, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Yeah, the elephant in the room. Do you know what elephant I'm talking about? Let's talk about accepting help and receiving help and getting help. And I'm not talking about help from your friends or help from family members. I'm talking about mental health, like from a psychiatrist or a counselor or a therapist. Yes, we're having that talk. Yes, we're talking about it. A lot of people feel like seeking help or getting help through counseling services is a negative thing, but in reality it's actually really a positive thing. You're taking the step to get help. You're acknowledging that you need help, for one. That right there alone is a big step, because a lot of people can go through life and feel like they don't need help, or they feel like they're okay, or better yet, they push everything underneath the rug. All the trauma, all the abuse, all the neglect, everything that they've been through, they're pushing underneath the rug and bottle their emotions in. Yes. Do you know somebody who bottles their emotion in? Do you? Okay. We're going to talk about that. Don't worry. But back to seeking help. You know, when you finally have that realization that, okay, what I'm doing to myself is not healthy. What I'm doing to others is not healthy. So what do I do to try to seek that help? How do I go about seeking help? And a lot of people don't really know. And I'm going to tell you an interesting fact. If you have insurance, turn to the back of your card or your insurance card and dial the 800 number to find your services. To ask them, hey, listen, I have so-and-so insurance and I need to find mental health services around me. I live in this and this area. This is how far I'm willing to drive. And they will help you find that location. If you feel uncomfortable when talking to somebody on the phone about trying to find services, you can go to your insurance website and look up mental health facilities around you, or counselors around you, therapists around you, or even psychiatrists around you. So now that you know what that is, now you know how to seek out and find them. What's next? That big thing of scheduling an appointment. Don't be calling your mama or your daddy to be like, hey, can you schedule me an appointment? No. It's time for you to step up and schedule yourself an appointment. Go to that first appointment. It's like, oh my God, they're going to dig into my past, they're going to dig into this, and I'm not ready to talk about this. But no, honey, that's not how it goes. You have to build a relationship with your counselor or your therapist or your psychiatrist. You have to build that relationship. And they're not going to ask you offer up like, so, your dad married you when you was 5 years old, how do you feel about that? They're not going to dig that deep into that. Not just yet. But they will ask you questions to get to know you. What are you here for? What are you looking for? And that's your time to be open and honest with yourself, okay? What is it that you truly need help with? What is it that you truly want this person that's in front of you, that's going to be listening to you, and you're going to be talking to and seeing however many times you're going to see them? What is it that you want to fix with yourself? That's the true, honest question that you need to ask before you go into this first appointment. And once you go to that appointment, then you keep going to more and more, you're going to start feeling comfortable. You're building that relationship with your therapist, okay? Now, I always get the question, Tamisha, what if I don't like my therapist? That's okay. Go find you a new one. Therapist is like trying to find you a doctor. I'm pretty sure you're not going to go to a doctor that you feel comfortable with. Just the same thing, you're not going to go to a therapist that you feel comfortable with. You keep going until you find somebody that's, wow, this person really makes me feel like I could talk for days and for hours and hours. I like that song, by the way. Anyways, so that's what the therapist is for you to get comfortable, for you to also build that relationship with. Not only are you getting comfortable with the therapist, but the therapist is also getting comfortable with you, learning you, asking you questions, and getting to really connect with you and helping you through your life and through wherever you're going there for. Okay? So let's say you don't like your therapist. What do? Okay, you could either, tell the therapist, hey, on your whatever appointment that you go, if it's like your third or fifth appointment, you can tell them, listen, I don't think I'm really that comfortable with you, or I don't feel comfortable with you, or, I think I want to seek out different therapists. You trust me, I'm telling you right now, you're not going to hurt your therapist's feelings. You're not, okay? It's okay. It's okay. The therapist is going to accept it, and then he or she may even give you different resources or different people to go to. You never know. But if you don't want that help of finding a different therapist through your therapist, then you can go back to step one. Go back. And you can call off your insurance, or you can Google, or you can go on the insurance website. You could do all of that, okay? Now, this is such a big elephant in the room because people really look at mental health in a negative way. And you're coming from somebody who has 6+ years in experience of mental health. And I always hear people, oh, I don't need a counselor, I don't need a therapist, I'm okay. Okay, that's your opinion, that is. But then why are you having a panic attack every time someone mentions someone's name that's from your past that gave you trauma? I thought you said you were okay. And this is not to throw shade or anything or nothing like that, but let's be real with ourselves. If you know that something has traumatized you and it's hard for you to cope with it, and you can't cope with it by yourself, then maybe you do need that extra help. And it's okay. It's okay to get that extra help. Trust me. It's okay, because sometimes we need extra help. We can't always go to our friends. We can't always go to our family members, because they're going to put their own personal input in there. They're going to put their own personal opinion, or, girl, I think you should do this and this and this and that. But that's not really helping you. That's not really getting you through what you have to go through and finding your coping skills and finding what exactly is triggering you. That therapist, counselor, psychiatrist is there to help you through that. They're literally a listening ear for you. Okay? So, since it's the beginning of the year, let's try to find some services for us. Okay? Let's get that help that we need. And let's not be ashamed of finding a therapist. And let's not be ashamed of going to see a therapist. And now, since COVID has hit, there's so many different ways of how you can get that help too. You don't have to go in person. You could do Zoom. Or if you don't want to do Zoom, you can do on the phone. There's many different ways. So for you to sit here and make an excuse that, oh, I'm too busy, or I don't want to waste my gas, or I don't do... Stop with excuses. It's 2022, boo-boo. Okay? Stop with the excuses. Get that help that you need and be serious about yourself. Because how can you be damaged and hurt and not helped and try to help other people? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. Broken can't fix the broken. Okay? I'm serious about that. So try to fix yourself before you go and fix somebody else. It's time to put yourself on the front line. To close it out, I'm going to go ahead and say my famous thing. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, and comment. I want you to comment and tell me if you've ever been to a therapist, what was the first experience that you had? If you've never been to a therapist, what are your hopes and expectation of a therapist or a counselor or a psychiatrist? So now that the elephant is out and now that the elephant is gone, let's go get that help. Let's go help ourselves so we can go help others. Okay? Let's put our mental health first, because honey, we need to get our mental health together It's 2022. Let's do it, okay? All right, loves, go ahead, share this to everybody, because not a lot of people understand what mental health really is, and not a lot of people understand about accepting and receiving help that they truly need. Okay, so if you share it, you never know, you might be helping somebody who is one of your friends on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or whatever social media. Okay, so like always, I hope to see y'all in my next video. Okay.